Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Episode 28.
Episode 28. We're coming to you from the Labor Studios, Wilmington, California. The east side of Wilmington. Dead End, Carey Street Locos. Glad to be back.
Yes, indeed.
I want to thank everybody for the support on the last episode that we did. We got a lot of feedback, a lot of likes. I do appreciate that. And we've only put it up since Sunday. Today is Tuesday, so we still got the whole week to go. That's how me and Dave usually gauge it, how well it was received by everybody that's watching and listens to us on the podcast platform. So
And the website is up.
Website is up.
First page with all the
Yeah,
recordings.
I'll let Dave get into that. Go ahead, Dave.
The Podbean website is up. Made some few alterations to it. Cover page, all the episodes from latest to oldest, as well as a quick statement, a quick bio on Enabler and how we started it, how we started the vision, and how Jesse started the vision in a kitchen, and you can read that on Podbean. So it looks pretty good. It's really nice. The colors, I think it plays pretty well.
I think it looks amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll see all of the covers on there.
Yeah, all the covers on there.
Other than that, looks great though. But yeah, it's good.
Beautiful. So yeah, very, very, very happy with the way everything's going. I mean, we've been we stayed pretty true to trying to spit one of these out on a weekly basis, even on the times where we've missed a couple of weeks, like we've been able to make up. So I'm very happy about that. I feel that we're getting better as a result of it. The subject matter is getting better as a result of it. I'm very happy with the way this is going, and I just, I continue to pray that I continue to be a conduit to the knowledge, because I don't take credit for it. It just comes through me, and I'm glad that the powers that be, continue to share this information, and I'm able to download it and then share it with you guys. So, that's a whole other conversation that we'll get into later. I don't want to confuse you or make your head hurt in the middle of the day if you guys are at lunch or whatever. But anyways, thank you for the support, and we're going to get right into it, man.
Let's do it.
Episode 28 of the Enabler Podcast, and we're calling this one, Don't Carry Your Past Around With You. These things usually come to me when I'm, meditating, when I'm, walking my dog at the park, and I'm by myself, and, I have solitude, and then my mind just kind of speaks to me, and it's like, in the solitude, I won't say loneliness, because that's a misconception there. And loneliness is when you hate being by yourself. Solitude is where you appreciate the moment that you have with yourself.
Have you ever heard people say there's nothing wrong with being alone?
Sure.
Okay.
And they're absolutely right. They're very enlightened people, but not everybody could grasp that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, they're at a certain level, and, everybody here is on their own journey, and we're reaching different levels, you know what I mean? Stuff that we talk about here to somebody that's way more evolved, they might think it's cute, but you know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Like, there's always an audience for whatever journey or state of life you're in.
Everyone's on a different journey, at a different pace, at a different level, at a certain distance. So yeah, we respect that.
Also, one thing I'm trying to do on this episode is try to beat my record at saying, you know what I mean, the least amount.
I'm making.
David said that if I continue to say, you know what I mean, as much as I do, he's gonna make a meme out of me. So I was like, well, I don't know how that would even take off. I don't think enough people know me to be able to appreciate the meme.
We will.
So I'm gonna try to use, you know what I mean, as less as possible, and here we go. You know what I mean? I don't think I've used it so far, because
every time you say I'm gonna punch myself.
Sure, that I would love that.
Wow.
I would love that.
Anyway,
but I'm gonna try not to.
All right.
So, anyways, getting to the title, Dave, what does that mean specifically for you? Don't carry your past around with you.
It means that it's.
Well, let's break it down.
Okay, sure.
Let's break that down. Don't. It means try not to.
Yeah.
Try not to. And by carry, what does that mean? To me, I'm gonna give you my definition, and then we'll go with yours. To ludge around, it seems kind of a burden when you gotta carry something.
Yeah, that's spot on.
And it implies some type of weight
Mm-hmm.
when you're carrying something.
A burden.
And it implies a certain distance that you might have to carry that thing.
Mhm.
That's unknown. And it implies it making you weary or tired because of it. Maybe even irritable. Is that the word that I'm looking for?
Yeah, irritable.
Yeah. Because you're not really enjoying bringing this thing around with you.
Carry. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and so that's what it means to me so far in the sentence. Now, your means something personal to you, but not just something personal to you. How you've experimented every situation that you've ever experimented in life, even in attachment with other people that's around you in your life.
Uh-huh.
So it's not just your experience of it, but every experience that you've ever shared with anybody else. And so, you know, we continue to break that down, okay? So far, are you with me?
Yeah.
There's more than just one definition for these words. Like I want this to be viewed in a very wide perspective. So that's why I'm breaking every word down.
Yeah.
Past. Woo! Past.
Past tense.
Past, I mean, things that you encountered when you were a child,
Whatever
things
is
that
in the
you
future.
encountered as a teenager, things that are no longer here that once happened, that are only still relative and only still exist in our mind. Because there's not one human being since the beginning of creation that has ever lived in the past physically. Or just like there's not one human being since the beginning of humankind that has ever lived in the future physically. We just run these things and we get burdened by these things and cause ourselves to be anxious by these things because we project the unknown of something that's not even real.
Or we let them dictate what we're going to be, or what we're going to do.
You're giving yourself anxiety for something that hasn't happened and depression for something that already happened and will never happen again. Around. So don't carry your past around. So that means that wherever the fuck you go, wherever the fuck you're at, in whatever conversation you're in whatever fucking thought process you'll ever have, this shit will be there. It will always be around you. It's attached to you like a fucking magnet, and wherever you go, this thing is gonna come with you.
That's correct.
I'm already fucking exhausted. Just breaking it down.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted breaking it down because I did that for a reason. Because people just read shit and don't really fucking grasp it. Like now, if you break it down the way I broke it down, that shit is exhausting.
Yes.
Now you tell me, who in their right mind, consciously, would want to do this?
Nobody.
How many of us do it unconsciously?
Every minute of the day, probably. I'm just
Every
speaking
minute.
for half of humanity.
I'm speaking for myself. I'm
Yeah.
speaking for close friends. I'm speaking for acquaintances.
Yeah.
Every conversation I ever had has never been void of some type of bad news or something that's going on with somebody. Like, guess what? You're never gonna believe this. Like, fuck, my boy. Like, you know, there's not one conversation I've ever had with family, with friends, with co-workers that is void of some fucking horrible, pending Greek tragedy doom. Like you're never like, listen, we are the creators of all this fucking nonsense. We are the creators of all this fucking nonsense. Let me give you an example. Think of yourself going to a destination vacation that you've always wanted to go with. And you're going either with your significant other, a group of friends, the people you most love, your family,
Yeah.
whoever you would have the most fun with. Think of yourselves going there. Think of it as all being paid. You're going to be there for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You won't have to worry about anything. Now here's the fucking kicker.
Okay.
Imagine you don't even have to pack and lug around
Oh,
luggage
wow.
to get them.
You like wearing the same clothes?
You just
Oh,
get on.
that's
you,
like
you
a
board,
vacation.
you board the airplane, you board the jet with no fucking luggage.
What about a man purse? Okay.
That's optional.
Okay.
But anyways, let's not take away from
All
what
right,
I'm
all
trying
right,
to-
all right.
I'm trying to
Go
give
for
people. I want them to picture this.
Go for it.
How much better would you feel if you didn't have to go through a fucking TSA with a bunch of fucking luggage and go through that whole fucking process? If you could just get on from a fucking car to a jet, take off to your destination, no fucking luggage, get off, and when you get there, all the clothes that you need will be fucking available.
Oh, I'm walking. Oh, I just walk through. It's just a walk like free.
This is for the women that go to work on a daily basis. I know a lot of men don't go through the same struggle, but
What?
I know my girl, this is a daily struggle, and I know for a lot of women it's true. Imagine having to lug around your fucking purse every morning. If you take your own lunch or your meal prep, imagine having to lug around your little fucking cooler where you take your meal prep. If you fucking stopped by Starbucks that morning and you got your little breakfast and your fucking coffee, imagine having to bring all that into the fucking office. And then imagine having to bring in your fucking bag with your laptop every fucking morning
That part I
to
can
work.
relate to.
How would it feel, ladies, if you just showed up from your car, not carrying anything but your fucking car keys perhaps, into the office and everything that you needed was already there? How much nicer would that experience be?
That would be so hot.
Now, imagine showing up to life and being present every moment of your life without all this extra fucking baggage.
Very good analogy. I like that.
Woo! That feels fucking amazing. That would feel amazing.
I'm still imagining myself walking through the airport, not have to worry about a damn thing besides my ticket.
No, fuck the airport. You fucking bypass the airport. I'm talking about arriving in a car, jumping from the car into a fucking jet, having being served a nice cold cocktail. All your people are there. You guys fucking are just having fun until you get to your destination. No luggage, none of that bullshit.
Wow.
Imagine if that feels good. Imagine showing up to life or waking up to every single day that way. Wouldn't that be a fucking better way to approach life? And furthermore, we are all capable of doing this. Now, is it easy? Fuck no. Anything that's worth it in life is never fucking easy.
Damn.
Nothing.
Look at that.
Nothing that's ever worth in life is going to be easy. But can we reach that place? Absolutely. Do you have to be a special person? Do you have to be of a certain financial class? Do you have to be of a certain race? None of these things apply. None of these things apply. The only thing you need to learn how to do is detach yourself from your past. And just show up like a brand new fucking person that just came off the assembly line, that's perfect, that has no fucking flaws, that doesn't come from a place of lack, that God just said, okay, listen, you're a beautiful soul, and I want you to think about something. I'm the guy that created the moon, the stars, the ocean, the most beautiful place. This destination vacation that you're going with your friends, I created that place. And you're right, it's a fucking paradise and you're gonna have an amazing time. Now, if I cared enough to create that place for you to go with your friends and have an amazing time that you deem to be a paradise, I'm the same person that also thought that the world needed you to be here.
That's pretty astonishing. I like that. That's it's a whole different way to look at things. Not sure. Yeah. I mean, you want to make me return my man person just bought.
It's just, you know what I mean? It's like nobody fucking teaches us these things. Like, I get it. I get it. It's not your fault. Whatever happened to us as children, whatever happened to us as adolescents, it's not our fault. But as adults, it's 1,000%, 1,000,000% our responsibility to fix it. And furthermore, to fix it before we even decide to have fucking kids, if that's possible. If we already have kids, it's okay. Let's try to work through this as fast as we can so that we can pass this knowledge on to the younger civilization, to the younger lineage that's coming up behind us.
Some of our parents didn't know any better.
Some of our parents didn't know any better. Like I said, it's not our fault. It's not their fault. They weren't taught this shit. They didn't teach it to us, but we're a generation that has the advantage and the responsibility to be able to transcend previous generations. We don't have to be stuck in the same stupidity our relatives were in the past. It's an honor, but it's also fucking a big feat for us to fucking take.
Yeah.
And so, just think about that. Think about you not ever having to replace something horrible that happened to you in your life. Thinking about you not ever meeting new people that you're considering maybe having. Dave, could you let her on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
Go for it. Go. Keep going.
I got my boxer over here, and she refuses to let us record by herself.
Hey,
She wants to
lady.
go out and pee every 5 minutes.
Fine.
Get over there, really.
Good.
But imagine that. Imagine showing up, being present, fully in life every single day, approaching new opportunities without the attachment of that fear of something that's similar that happened before, that you're projecting onto this new situation that's trying to unfold for you for your advantage. Think about how many times we've all done that. In relationships, in promotions, in opportunities to perhaps relocate and do something else at a with a company, but at a different country or different state. How many times has lugging around our past affected us moving forward as individuals and as souls here on this earth?
I think we let it dictate a lot of those decisions.
It dictates everything.
It creates fear. It creates that illusion of fear. It creates something that shouldn't even be in that realm of making that particular type of decision. No, you need to get rid of all of that. And getting rid of the past eliminates fear. Eliminating fear creates you to step out of, into a new zone, into a new you, allowing yourself to develop and evolve into someone you should become.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, our past shows up in our present, in our daily life, every single day. We're always operating from the past because the past is what dictates us to move forward in the future in a better manner.
How about when someone says, I miss the old you. I miss the old David. I miss the old Jesse.
I'd be like, fucking check out my old shit.
See my old posts.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure people do, but listen, that's an interesting point that you bring up because people will want to pigeonhole you for the rest of your fucking life.
You think so?
Oh yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because they're comfortable knowing that they have you in a certain little pocket and that you're happy existing there in their life.
Because you're doing something for them.
Exactly.
At their convenience.
The moment you level up and people don't have access to manipulate you the way they used to manipulate you in your life, they're gonna resent you. They're gonna resent the fucking change that you've made to better yourself because now they don't have that fucking access that you so freely used to allow them because you felt inferior to them. And you were just happy to be of service to these fucking people that took advantage of you in every fucking occasion, that would only call you as a last fucking resort. Whether it's friends, whether it's business partners, whether it's fucking romantic relationships, whether it be family, whether it be your own fucking kids. The moment you level up and you're like, okay, I got it. And you pull away from you and you start putting yourself first, which a lot of people think is what, Dave? When you put yourself first?
Selfish.
Selfish. And it's the best, it's the number one form of self-love, to allow yourself to put yourself first. Because think of yourself as a fucking jar of water. And you're trying to quench everybody that you come across, that you love. And you're trying to pour a little water out for them so they can quench their fucking thirst.
Exactly.
How are you going to do that if there's nothing for you to pour out? If you're fucking an empty fucking vase or a pitcher that is supposed to be there for everybody else, but there's nothing in you for you to pour out anymore, how are you going to be of service to anybody else? So it's not fucking selfish, it's self-love. I can't give you anything I don't have. That's why most people spew out hate, because they got tons of that, People are fucking filled to the brim with fucking hate. That's why every time now, whether it be Twitter, whether it be on Instagram, whether it be on whatever platform, that's the only thing you see people spewing out because they're filled with that. You can't pour something out that you don't have. They have hate. They have contempt. So that's what you hear nowadays.
I think people, a lot of people give or feel like they're obligated to do something because it's family or it's this person or they're part of this, this family or even people you haven't seen for a while. I mean, even if they're,
listen, David, you're right. But should it be done at your peril?
No.
No. It's a beautiful sentiment to feel that way. Like, man, I just want to, it's a beautiful sentiment, and so it's a beautiful way of thinking. If you're not coming out of lack for yourself, like if you're doing it so that you feel a little validated in yourself, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
If you just have an abundance of love because you are love,
this is who I am,
and you just come from that place, good for you.
But
there's not a lot of people that possess that or that come from that. You know what I mean? Like even in a relationship, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in love. Like you can't be in something that you're not. You can't be in love with somebody. Love is a state, just like anger. Just like when somebody's angry and they're in a state of anger, that's what love is. It's a state that you're in. Like everything, you just feel love for everything, for a fucking fly that lands on you. You don't feel like fucking swatting and killing. It's like you just shush it off.
Letting someone cross the street or letting a car go, you just appreciate all of that. And people do it without even thinking sometimes, giving all that out.
Not wanting to run over these fucking peacocks that are everywhere over here, and just take your time crossing the street. That's love. If I didn't feel love, I'd be running these fucking birds over all the time. Because they take their goddamn gentle time to cross the street, bro. Like they have more rights than pedestrians, these fucking peacocks around here. But they're beautiful birds, you know what I mean? So we gotta be patient and let the peacocks cross the street.
Peacocking!
You know what I mean? Even if it takes a fucking half hour, I guess we're sitting there waiting, right?
Yeah.
But not to get too far from the subject at hand, but
what I meant to say, I'm sorry, what I was gonna say is sometimes people do this without even thinking and they don't realize it. I mean, yes, they give this love. They just do it out of the kindness of their heart because they're just who they are. But man, people are just gonna
fucking keep taking.
Here you go. Thank you. And not even say thank you. Exactly. And what does that do? What is it? You said the cup. You just keep tight. You keep.
You pour yourself dry.
Yeah, you pour yourself dry.
You pour yourself dry.
Yeah.
And now you're fucking useless to yourself and everybody else around you. Bro.
Yes, exactly. That's my point.
And think of this. There might have been a small percentage of those people that actually appreciated it. Mm-hmm. Like for your boys, example. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're using you as an example. So now you're going to be depleted from that love that they rightfully deserve and were actually thankful to have from you, because you poured it out on other fucking people that didn't appreciate you. So how is that cool? That the people that appreciate it and really deserve it don't have it now because you fucking poured it out with the wrong fucking people. So but anyway, like I said, I just want to allude back to the title of this podcast, which is "Don't Carry Your Past Around." I've given a couple different analogies of showing up without having to carry this burden around. And when I'm talking about carrying it, what I mean is in our minds.
Yeah.
The past doesn't exist anymore. The future is not yet here. Never in mankind has a person lived physically in the past, or not once since humankind has a man lived physically in the future.
Yeah.
These are just projections, and they're only alive in our mind. The past is gone; it will never repeat itself. The only reason the past continues to stay alive is because you continue to feed it attention, and that's how the past remains. That's how the past remains alive in your mind, by you continually thinking about it, attaching your thought to it. That's what keeps it alive. That's what keeps the emotions that are attached to your past alive in your body. That's what keeps causing you depression and grief over shit that happened that was supposed to be a lesson, but that you can't seem to let go. And because you continue to feed it, it keeps presenting itself every day in your present life. And now you're projecting from that past in your present. And it's the biggest disadvantage that most of us do unconsciously.
Yeah.
Same thing, to project that same fear of what's happened in the past that was supposed to be a lesson, and the only reason you haven't been able to move past it is because you don't understand it as such. Whatever happened to you in the past didn't happen to you, it happened for you. There was a lesson in there. You're supposed to sit on these things, think about them, process them, let them go, and move on. Because the lessons are going to continue to come. And if you keep storing them and storing them and storing them, just like we're in October, there's a bunch of moms out there that have kids that are 13 years old. Why the fuck we still holding on to all these fucking costumes that your kids wore since they were fucking babies? What are you going to do with them? Put them in a fucking mausoleum and everybody's going to want to see them because they're your kids? Kids aren't that important. Maybe to you, but not to everybody else. Relax. Donate them to the Goodwill. Why are you saving them? No knock to your parents. I know your kids are important too. You know what I mean? I don't have any kids, but you know what I mean? Like,
Hoarders.
Yeah, just, you know what I mean? Like, you know, but we hoard shit. You know, it's part of it because you want to hold on to the past. But it's like, this studio that we're in right now was the perfect example of that.
Oh my God, here it comes.
I had to gut this whole fucking place out because there was years and years and years of shit that we didn't use anymore inside the house. But we thought, well, someday it might come in handy. I had to throw away fucking 50 years of shit that was accumulated in this garage in order for me to transform it into what it is today.
Yeah.
Guess what? Since it's gone in the dumpster, no one's ever fucking thought of it again. It was just an idea. Like, let's hold on to this because it might be of value later on in the future.
And that was like leading up to that. I mean, it's like, I mean, you got a lot of crap for it.
I got a lot of shit for it. Like, there was convincing I had to do with my own family. There was fights that I had to do. Like, oh no, don't throw that away. Oh, don't. Listen, the shit sat here for years and no one ever addressed it. No one ever touched it. But the moment I start to throwing the shit away, everybody's up in arms. Like, where are you? Like, you haven't touched it for over 20 years. And all of a sudden, you're on arms against me because I'm clearing this bullshit out. Like,
how dare you?
Like, it's the attachment.
Jerk.
It's the attachment again.
Yeah.
It's the attachment that I'm talking about again.
Wow.
Like, let go of the past. The past doesn't exist. It's not real anymore. It was there to teach you a lesson. Grasp the lesson. If you didn't grasp the lesson, guess what? You don't even have to worry about it because that same lesson that you didn't grasp is going to keep repeating yourself in the present. So you don't have to try to work off the past. If you didn't get the lesson from the past, don't worry about it. It's going to keep presenting itself in the future because you still haven't passed that test. And you're going to be like, fuck my life. It doesn't change. I'm like, bro, pay attention. It's trying to get you to change. You're the one that won't move past this. Pay attention. Stop being stuck in the one lesson. Grasp the lesson. Sometimes it's so hard to grasp because it points to you, to something you did wrong. And who wants to fucking point the fingers at them? People rather be fucking victims.
Nobody.
People rather be victims and project their shit onto other people.
But why?
Because it's easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's
why
easy.
me? Why?
But you know, that's the problem.
I don't believe it.
Therein lies the problem.
I don't believe it. That's what people say.
I just want everybody to just pay a little attention to this concept I'm trying to share with you. This applies to me. This applies to David. We don't have it. We haven't mastered it.
Especially me.
We haven't mastered it. No, and it's like even me. You know what I mean? Like people like, bro, I still go through the same old problem that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a fucking Walter Mercado. I'm not a fucking guru here. You know what I mean? I'm none of those things, bro. I'm just a fucking 44-year-old fucking, you know, dude from Wilmington. You know what I mean? I'm nothing special, bro. But I'm just to the point where I got tired of repeating my fucking past and I got tired of living the same shit over and over. And like, I had to really dig for the questions that were going to allow me or for the knowledge that was going to allow me to move forward and show up as a better version of myself.
And they'd be started by wanting it and being curious and asking the
No.
questions and, you know.
It started by me being sick
Oh, yeah.
and tired of the way my life was going. Even though to other people they thought it was great, but you know they only seen me when I was out. When I would come home to the loneliness, and when I would come home to the fucking depression, when I would come home to an empty fucking void in my heart and my soul because I wasn't fulfilled, you know, no one knew that side of me. But it's not just me. I can guarantee you there's so many people that you see out here on Instagram partying all weekend, being here on Friday, being here on Saturday, being here on Sunday.
Bottle
But
service.
once they get home, that fucking void, bro, it's like there's not enough alcohol, pussy, drugs to fill that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not enough of it. Because that's not what it wants to be filled with anyway. And you're looking for the answer out here externally when you should be going internally. You got to go in there to find the resolution. Out here, you're not going to find it.
Nobody wants to look inside though.
The only people that really enjoy being entertained all the time are the people that have no real purpose. If you have purpose, you don't give a fuck what everybody else is doing, bro. You're just like, your world is right here. Like, look, this is what I want from me. I'm not worried about what people are doing this weekend. I know there's a fight. I know there's a game. I know there's this. I am not fucking concerned. Oh, Kanye lost his fucking sponsorship with the team. It's like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? How about that? Who gives a fuck what he lost? Who gives a fuck what he lost?
What about what you're losing? What you're missing out on?
What are you losing?
You know?
What are you losing out on? What are you losing out on regurgitating this information that everybody already knows because they've seen it on social media because people keep talking about it in the news? Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
This motherfucker's still richer than all of you guys. He's not a billionaire, so what?
Who cares about Kim's new skin?
You know, it's like, this is the trick. They want you to talk about this so that you don't focus on yourself.
Yeah.
So that you don't wake up to your own fucking
It's
greatness.
a distraction.
Fuck these people. You know what I mean? They ain't never fucking given you a fucking cup of water. They've never even thought of you. They don't even know you exist. And furthermore, you're out here, you know, supporting these artists and these fucking celebrities more than you would support somebody that you actually fucking know.
Yeah.
Somebody that's starting a fucking brand new business. Someone that's trying to start a podcast. Someone that's trying to whatever. You give more support to people that you've never fucking met in your life than the people that you actually do know. And you won't actually do it until it's cool to do it. Until other people be like, oh, okay, this motherfucker's on now. Like, yeah.
Until it's fly.
Like, oh, bro, I didn't even know you did this shit, dog. Cool. You think I could be on? Like, no, you can't be on. No, of course you can't be on, bro. I would have asked you a long time ago when I was in shit. Now that I'm somebody, of course you can't be on.
What about now, girl? What about now? What about now?
Nah, bro.
How about now, girl?
Like, how come you haven't invited me on the show? Like, bro, I got your number. I'm just not. You know, I'm talking about real things
How
over
about
here.
now, girl?
I don't see how you would contribute to that. You know what I mean?
I said, how about now?
We're having real conversations over here, bro. You know? And you know, me and Dave are sitting here with fucking, you know, shorts that are a little fucking too small. And,
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Not wearing any designer. Like, of course no one's tuning in. You know what I mean?
wearing my Central Park sweater that Jesse likes so much.
Of course no one's tuning in because we're not the culture. We're not. You know what I mean? We don't have fucking Louis Vuitton signs and we don't have fucking, you know, a bunch of fucking sneakers laid out in front of you. And I'm not making the bottom on them. You know what I mean? Like, Dave, I bought 2 pairs. One to rock
I'm gonna stop.
and one to stock. We're not doing all that gimmicky shit. I get it. I get it. That's what you guys love. There's plenty of that. The good news is that there's plenty of that. Just fucking throw on any fucking Facebook, whatever dumb shit you guys do. There's plenty of that. There's always going to be that room for you if that's how shallow your thinking is. If you want to inform yourself a little bit and fucking ask yourself certain questions that might help you evolve on your own, because you watching the show ain't going to do shit for you. It's not until you internalize what we talk about here in you that it might be of some help. We're not going to change your life. We're not fucking gurus. We're none of that. We're just regular old fucking dudes that have taken an interest in bettering ourselves, and we see a pocket for our culture and for our own community to be able to benefit from this.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only difference between us and you. That's it. I'm not going to teach you how to fucking Bitcoin. I'm not going to teach you how to fucking You know what I mean? Whatever the fucking latest fads are, we're not gonna fucking show you how to fucking climb crates and not fucking eat shit. We're not gonna do none of that.
We're not gonna show you how matcha works.
We're not gonna teach you Hibacha or Tonga Ali, which I take by the way, and it works amazing. We're not gonna teach you none of that. You know what I mean? We're just gonna try to kick some knowledge. Hopefully you feel it's an advantage to you, and if it's an advantage to you, great. And if it's not an advantage to you, fucking toss it away. Don't ever fucking pay attention to us again. You know what I mean? We don't eat off this shit. We do this out of our own free time because we care, bro. You know what I mean? Like, listen, everybody out there is just we're just we just don't know how to do better. If someone taught us how to do better, perhaps we would do it. Perhaps we would do it. But it's like you found a personality that kind of works for you and people kind of accept you. Even though it's not who you really are, you just keep being that personality because if you're not that, then who will you be? And then no one will kick it with you again and you're going to be double as lonely. Because you're going to be lonely at home and then you don't have no friends anymore because you grew out of the dumb shit and it's like, well, who am I now? I don't have no friends now, no one fucking talks to me, I still fucking hate myself. Well, sit with yourself until you don't hate yourself anymore. Have some understanding for yourself. Try to dig deeper. Like, why do I fucking resort to drinking? Why do I resort to fucking using drugs? Why do I resort to fucking these shallow women that I date all the time that I know don't love me, but they're just with me because they use me for my fucking money and you know, vice versa, ladies. Why do you go, you know, if you're a woman of value and you got shit going on for yourself, why do you always resort to fuckboys to fucking fill that void that you have? You know what I mean? Like, get yourself together. Get yourself together and the right man will present himself. But it's like, of course, guys don't love you, sweetie. You don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. How is somebody else going to love you? They know you don't love yourself. I mean, you men and women are slick. You know what I mean? You got to start with yourself. You got to build with you. Build a strong foundation. Love yourself. Treat yourself like you care for yourself. You know what I mean? Eat the right foods. Take yourself to bed, you know, at an early time, or you know what I mean? Take yourself on that vacation. Don't wait for somebody else to fucking fill in the blanks of everything that you want to do. Do it on your own. Do it on your own. Maybe when you take yourself on these fucking trips that you wanted to go on by yourself, you know, for the longest time, but you don't have someone to go with, maybe on that trip you're gonna meet somebody that's the fucking person that you've been looking for. Because they're gonna be like, whoa, look at this fucking woman. She traveled by herself? Damn. Exactly. Like, whoa, that's crazy.
That's all me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So listen, who knows? I'm just saying, have an open mind. Have the concept of showing up to life without carrying around your past. You're gonna show up so much lighter, and you're gonna show up so much with so much more ease. You know what I mean? It's like, don't overcomplicate your life. Detach from your past. It doesn't exist anymore. Stop feeding it and keeping it alive. Concentrate on the present. That's all we have control over. This moment, right now. Nothing else. Nothing else. Concentrate on that and watch your life start to change.
That appliance called past, stop plugging it into the outlet and just leave it unplugged and use what's in front of you. You know, go in the other direction. What's the analogy you gave me one time? Why is the windshield is...
Yeah, why is the windshield so big and the rearview mirror so small?
Yeah.
Because what's in the past is not as important as what's coming up in the future.
Exactly.
So, same analogy. Another one. And I'm probably going to end it at this. We're coming up on 40 minutes.
Yeah,
okay?
that's cool.
This is another analogy that I've always used with a bunch of friends and acquaintances. Like, have you ever seen a picture of yourself, or, you know, of us, you know, collectively as a group, and you look at the shit you used to wear, whether it be women and men, you know what I mean? And we laugh, right? Like, I can't believe I used to dress like that, or wear that shit, or wear my hair like that. Whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. So you understand it looks a little fucking ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And everybody concurs.
Of course.
Yes,
Of course.
we look crazy. We were never dressed like that again. Why? Because we've evolved, right? So, same thing. Okay, if it's crazy that if it's crazy to think that we would ever dress like that again, or do our hair like that again, why is it not as crazy to think that we're still acting in the same mindset of those fucking kids that we were back then that
Yeah.
didn't know how to dress or didn't know how to fucking do their hair.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that hasn't changed in a bunch of us, including myself, which I'm consciously trying to work on every day. I'm still that fucker from high school. For fucking half of my life, I've been operating like that fucking kid in high school.
Yeah.
I'm still that fucking kid in high school, just getting older. And as I get older, it gets more and more ridiculous because now I'm a fucking older person, still trying to be a young fucking kid in high school. I'm stuck there. My mentality, my way of thinking, my patterns, my behavior, my character, it's all grounded in that stupid kid from high school that didn't know how to dress and that didn't know how to do their hairs. Now granted, back then it was a culture, so it was accepted. But you gotta evolve with the times. Just like you don't dress the way you used to dress before, or do your hair the way you used to dress before, everything needs to evolve. Your way of thinking, the way you think of yourself, the inner conversation that you have with yourself. It all needs to evolve. If you're still kicking it with the same people from high school, unless you're fucking exceptional, you had an exceptional crowd growing up. Oh, fuck, maybe that ain't the fucking crowd anymore, man. Maybe that ain't the fucking crowd anymore. Think about it. You still fucking, you've been coming to the same party for 30, 40 years. Come on, bro. Do better. Do better. Detach. Give it a fucking try. Give it a year. If you don't like it, go back. Those people will be right where you left them, bro, because they ain't going anywhere. That's all I'm saying. Give yourself a fucking chance. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't worry about not being tagged or you not being able to tag people on similar events. Like, you know why I know where everybody's at? Because everybody tagged each other. Like, yeah, I know you were there.
Don't believe FOMO.
10 other people already tagged the same picture, bro. Relax. 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 Calm down. Calm down, quiet your mind, stop showing up, carrying your past around. It's going to make life a lot easier, man. Dave, any closing thoughts, man?
Bunch that shit for Christmas, girl. You didn't even say thank you. How about now? I said, how about now?
I don't know what that is, but...
That's a Drake song, man.
Okay.
That's funny.
Maybe you just didn't say it with the same cadence. That's why I didn't understand.
Wow. I said, yeah, girl. Hey, girl. How about now? Yeah, no? Okay. Well, anyway. No, I'm still going to wear the man purse. So, I mean, it's...
Well, you just bought it, so it would make sense.
And
And some would say you're a little late. Because I know students have been man pursing for
no, but
years.
this is the sport one. This is an Adidas one. You wear across the body. Oh, yeah. You know, it's one of those, it's a little modern one. You know?
Yeah.
It's what the modern man wears.
But anyways,
Anyway, thank you,
folks,
everybody.
listen, we're thankful that you spent this other 45 minutes with us. We're going to let the monster out because she wants to get out of the studio already. She wants to go over there and toss her a ball or some shit.
All right.
But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in again. Enabler episode 28. And see, I'm getting old because I got to keep reading this. Don't carry your past around with you. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a lovely day. We love you.
Late.